Imagined Communities, Reflections on the Origin and Spread of Nationalism, written by Benedict Anderson, is a seminal work in the field of nationalism studies. The book was first published in 1983 and has since become a classic text in the social sciences. In this groundbreaking work, Anderson seeks to explain the emergence and spread of nationalism, particularly in the context of the modern world. He argues that nationalism is not a natural or inevitable phenomenon, but rather an imagined community that has been constructed through various cultural, political, and economic processes. Anderson begins by defining nationalism as an imagined political community, and imagined as both inherently limited and sovereign, p6. This definition is central to his argument, as it emphasizes the imaginary nature of national communities and their dependence on shared ideas and symbols. Nationalism, according to Anderson, is not based on objective reality or shared ancestry, but rather on the collective imaginings of individuals who identify with a particular nation. One of the key factors that Anderson identifies as contributing to the rise of nationalism is print capitalism. He argues that the development of print media, particularly in the form of newspapers and magazines, played a crucial role in creating shared national identities by facilitating the circulation of ideas and information across vast distances. This allowed individuals to feel a sense of belonging to a larger community, even if they had never met one another in person. Another important aspect of nationalism, as discussed by Anderson, is the role of language. He argues that the development of shared languages, often through the process of standardization, was essential for the creation of national identities. Standardized languages allowed for the dissemination of nationalist ideas and the creation of a common cultural identity, as individuals from diverse backgrounds could communicate with one another on a more equal footing. Anderson also examines the role of religion in the development of nationalism. While some nationalist movements have been explicitly secular, many others have drawn upon religious symbols and narratives to legitimize their claims to national identity. For example, the concept of a Jewish nation was central to Zionism, the national movement that sought to create a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Similarly, Islam has played a significant role in shaping the identities of many Muslim-majority nations, such as Turkey and Pakistan. The author also discusses the relationship between nationalism and colonialism. He argues that colonialism provided the impetus for the development of nationalism in many parts of the world, as colonized peoples began to resist their foreign rulers and assert their own national identities. The struggle for independence, often characterized by violent conflict, served to further solidify these national identities and strengthen the bonds between individuals who shared a common nationalist ideology. In addition to its focus on the development of nationalism, Imagined Communities also explores the ways in which nationalist ideologies have been used to justify various forms of oppression and violence. Anderson is critical of what he calls exclusivist nationalism, which seeks to exclude or marginalize members of the nation who do not conform to a particular ethnic, religious, or cultural norm. This form of nationalism has often led to the persecution and genocide of minority groups, such as the Armenians in the Ottoman Empire and the Jews in Nazi Germany. One of the most controversial aspects of Anderson's work is his discussion of the role of nationalism in the creation and maintenance of the modern state system. He argues that the nation-state, with its emphasis on territorial sovereignty and the principle of self-determination, has become the dominant form of political organization in the world today. However, he also acknowledges that this system is inherently unstable and prone to conflict, as different nations compete for resources and power. In conclusion, Imagined Communities by Benedict Anderson is a groundbreaking work that offers a comprehensive analysis of the emergence and spread of nationalism. Through his careful examination of various historical and cultural factors, Anderson demonstrates that nationalism is not a natural phenomenon, but rather an imagined community that has been constructed through the interaction of print capitalism, language standardization, religion, colonialism, and other social processes. The book also raises important questions about the role of nationalism in contemporary society, particularly in light of ongoing debates about globalization, immigration, and human rights. Overall, Imagined Communities remains an essential text for anyone seeking to understand the complexities of nationalism and its impact on the modern world.